Relax. Let your breath settle into a gentle, steady rhythm. Feel your body soften, your mind drift. Allow the world to fade away as you settle into comfort. No urgency, only calm. In a quiet manor nestled beneath ancient oaks and willow boughs, a noblewoman sits by a crackling hearth. Each curve and groove catches the firelight. As dusk settles, she begins. Soft motions of hand, coaxing silk from its cocoon. Each strand carries stories of distant lands, of silkworms tended under soft canopies of mulberry leaves, of threads once guarded like royal secrets. Our noblewoman, bathed in hearthlight, tends the silk as if nurturing a fragile dream. As she spins, she breathes in deeply hale and gentle then exhales, releasing tension from her shoulders. As she winds another thread, you feel your thoughts, shifting less hurried, more luminous. Allow each count to guide you deeper. 1. It is a whisper of moonlight, a faint echo of dreams. You can almost reach out, touch them, weightless, luminous. The moon, a pale pearl against velvety navy, drifts upward. Its light touches the silk threads, and they glow. Each one, a delicate ribbon of moonbeams. The noblewoman whispers a prayer of gratitude to the silkworms, the moon, the quiet night. You picture its slow, gentle fall. You feel the same weightlessness drifting into yourself, floating, serene. Shadows lengthen and soften. And in this quiet manner, in this hushed moment, you sink further into rest. Let your thoughts drift like that. Leave effortless, free. And you too, whisper gratitude to the stillness, to the breath, to this moment. Allow the world to fade, replaced by the soft glow of moonlit threads, the cradle of spinning silk. Letter script, stitch by sighing, stitch weave you into gentle sleep. The noblewoman smiles softly, her eyes reflecting the gleam. And in that soft reflection, you see your own calm sky, your own inner flame. The noblewoman knows this. It is why she sits so patiently, turning spindle after spindle, breathing, listening. And you listen with her. You breathe with her. Each inhalation draws in calm. Each exhalation lets go of the day. It's woven with hundreds of silk threads, each shimmering pale as distant stars. Listening her fingers along its surface, listening to the soft rustle. With measured care, she smooths an edge. You can feel her mindfulness in every gesture. And you begin to feel your mind smoothing out. Worries like small wrinkles in a great tapestry, being eased flat and soft. 2, 3. Sinking into softness. Let your eyelids grow heavy. Notice your own shoulders melting, aligning with her calm rhythm. She draws out a single glimmering thread fine as starlight and winds it carefully around the spindle. With each rotation, the thread hums a quiet lullaby. Each twist of thread is like a breath. Inhale, gathering calm. Exhale, letting go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Feel the even rhythm settle around you, protect you, lull you. You can imagine its silky whisper, delicate as a sigh. Feel that threads cool glide between her fingers, shimmering in the growing dusk. Imagine soft amber light dancing across polished wooden panels. The air carries a tender hush. And through a gently cracked window drifts a whisper of breeze rustling leaves, carrying the faint scent of lavender and moss. Our story today sets sail at the edge of twilight. She lifts a slender spindle, carved intricately with crescent moons and full glowing orbs. In this ancient hall, silk is rarer than treasure. Inhale the subtle scent of burning wood, oak beach deep and grounding. A pale breeze brushes through willow leaves. You can almost hear them murmur secrets in the night. A cricket's soft chirp in the distance. A lantern dims in a far corridor. Each sound velvet echoes across the corridor of your mind, beckoning you toward serenity. Allow it to wrap around you like a blanket. Feel how the heat seeps inward, coaxing every muscle to relax as you sink more deeply into your bed or chair. Or picture the hearthstones warmed by glowing embers. The gentle crackle, a metronome to your heartbeat.
Ow.
Imagine outside, the manor's gardens asleep beneath the early stars. Our noblewoman slows her spindle turning, each rotation precise. You might track it in your mind. 1, 2, 3. In this manner, silk is woven not just into fabric, but into the hearts of those who touch it. The firelight flickers and silver motes dance in the luscious dusk, floating, drifting, settling. Now she pauses her spinning, and sets the spindle aside. She tilts her head to the window. Then, rising, she walks over to a tapestry hanging by the hearth. She returns to her spindle. Her movements are slow, assured. She winds another length of silk. Outside, the wind stirs the branches again. Single leaf drifts down, landing softly beyond the window pane. It settles on a pool of moonlit shadow. Her spinning draws night deeper. The hearth burns low. If you're ready, close your eyes. Continue to breathe alongside the noblewoman, to that quiet manor beneath the dreaming moon. The noblewoman hums as she spins low, almost inaudible, like a lullaby remembered from childhood. Her voice mingles with the rhythm of the spindle and the sigh of wind through latticed windows. The shadows dance lazily across the stone floor, gliding like silk themselves. As she draws another silken line from her bundle, your mind imagines the journey that silk took. From the hidden groves where mulberry trees grow, beneath morning mists and dew, tiny silkworms were tended like treasure. They spun cocoons in silence, layer upon layer of delicate strength. A gentle ticking echoes from a clock far down the corridor.
Tick.
Each sound another soft heartbeat in this haven of stillness. Let each tick remind you to let go. Again and again. Again. It's a tune without words, a melody born of calm, ancient as the moonlight that bathes her work. Imagine the warmth of the room steady, golden, the hearth now glowing with deeper embers. Her fingers move to a waiting loom. The wooden frame is carved with sigils, owls, moons, falling leaves. She begins to pass the threads through the warp, slowly weaving them into fabric. Back and forth, back and forth. Her shuttle whispers as it moves. Monks and maidens once guarded this secret, how silk came to be in time. It was whispered across kingdoms that fabric this soft must surely be stitched from starlight itself, each row tighter than a breath, snug as sleep. As the fabric builds, a soft shimmer grows. It looks as though she is weaving clouds. Moonlight. The hush of snowfall on a quiet road. For in her land, silk was not only worn, it spoke, or each garment spun by her hand carried dreams, lineage, memory. Robes for births, scarves for lovers, cloaks for queens. All held within the thread the mood of the night it was woven. Whether the stars were clear or the wind blew restless, the silk remembered. Her silver hair falls over one shoulder in a long braid. Her eyes are soft, lined by stories, and in her stillness, there's wisdom. She understands silence. She trusts the slowness of her craft. The noblewoman's fingers never rush. Each movement honors the thread's delicate life. The long branches trail over an ornamental pond where moonlight skips across the surface like silver birds in flight. Imagine the ripples, slow, perfect circles echoing outward like calm reaching you now. Picture it. The cocoons glimmer under dappled light like a pearl held between leaves. And now, that starlight spins gently in our noblewoman's hands. You imagine the blossoms' white stars nestled in green opening just now to the moon. It is their hour. It's the hour of quiet growth, of unfolding in darkness, just like you. Outside the manor, a grove of willow trees sighs in the wind. She listens, lets the thread tell her what sky it dreams of. A messenger, she murmurs. Moths have always known silk. She opens the window a crack, and the moth glides in silent, dust-winged, settling by the hearth. A single frog croaks softly, then falls quiet again. Nature holds its breath. The manor breathes around you like a great tree, sheltering and warm. From it she removes tiny silver needles, ancient, smooth. Each was passed down from hand to hand, mother to daughter. They are more than tools. They are keepers of lullabies. Back inside, she begins to tell a story not aloud, but through the silk itself. Tonight's thread is calm, tranquil, dream-filled. She lifts the finished thread and sets it aside on a velvet-lined tray. And now you can imagine the weave beginning, shimmering panels slowly forming. Time has slowed here. There is nothing to do now but let go. Let yourself slow with it. The noblewoman is not young. She knows that weaving is not only a task but a meditation. As her shuttle moves back and forth, she recites a silent chant of peace. Inhale. Draw in moonlight, she might whisper. Exhale. Release the world. You follow her breath now. Gentle, deep, weightless. Inhale. The scent of silk and warmth and lavender. Exhale. The last echoes of thought and day. Inhale, calm. Exhale, rest. From the garden, the scent of blooming jasmine reaches the window. A moth flutters gently against the window pane. The noblewoman glances up and smiles, while she draws a small embroidered bag from her gown. She threads one, her hands moving with the grace of memory, and she begins to stitch. Each pass of the needle is a whisper of wind, each pull of thread a heartbeat. She sews constellations into the silk. Tiny stars, comets, crescent moons. She doesn't follow a map. And in that listening, you feel yourself soften even more, as though your thoughts are lifting like mist. Your limbs light as woven air. The fire fades low now. Only embers remain, deep orange, rhythmic, pulsing. The shadows are long, protective. You are safe here. You're starlight, woven into story. You are breath and silk and quiet joy. The noblewoman hums again. It is a lullaby without words, but your heart knows it. 1, 2, 3. The spindle turns again. 1, 2, 3. You drift gently, dreamward. She whispers now, to no one, or perhaps to you. All dreams are threads. All rest is weaving. Let the night hold you. Let the stars find you. She smiles. The loom stands tall behind her, woven with moonlight. Your eyes grow heavier, your body warm.
Just rest.
Even softer now. To the manor at the edge of the dreaming wood, the silk gleams in her lap, nearly finished now, its surface like moonlit water. Her hands are steady. Her breath, like yours, is slow, deep, and utterly quiet. You are still beside her, noblewoman, watching the calm rhythm of her fingers as they stitch. Its call echoes gently. One note, and then silence. A reminder that even sound must rest. You listen again to the hush in the hearth, to the breeze brushing the window frame, to the distant call of a night bird, feathered and solemn in the trees. Every stitch she places is a wish, not spoken aloud. No, that would scatter them, but you can feel them, soft little hopes stitched in silver. For peace, for gentleness, for the gift of true rest. She has begun to sew the final edge of the cloth now, her needle whispering through the last threads, but older, worn soft by decades. You see how it drapes across her like a river of stars. She touches its edge with reverence. You feel the rhythm of her folds. 1, 2. Each one a gesture of closure, of completion, of trust. The stars seem closer now, as though they have drawn in, gathered near, to see her final work. A memory passes through her, light as the moth still resting by the fire. You watch her gaze soften. She moves to the hearth and stirs the coals one last time. You trace its shapes with your mind. A moonlit path. A tree in blossom, a spiral galaxy. Each symbol sewn with care, with patience, with years of quiet. You hear the faint crackle of wood, shifting warm, sleepy. A single red ember pulses at the center, like a slow beating heart. Only the soft rustle of the silk, the slow shifting of the noblewoman's breath, and your own heartbeat remain. You can imagine them blinking tiny sentinels, watching over you both. Down the stone hallways, across the tiled floors, through locked doors and shuttered windows, until everything within hears it. Outside, the night deepens. The garden, the willows no longer sway. The wind has grown still, and the silence it leaves is rich and thick, like velvet. The air cools slightly. She reaches to draw a shawl around her shoulders, woven of the same shimmering fabric. "This was my mother's," she murmurs to the air. And the silence holds her words, cups them like a cradle. She smiles, small, distant, tender. She carries it through the room, the flicker gentle, her footsteps light. As she walks past you, you can imagine the faint scent of beeswax, of herbs, of warm linen and earth. Then, slowly, she folds the new piece of silk in her lap, carefully, precisely. Her eyes, half-lidded, gaze into the fire one last time. She places the folded cloth into a wooden chest near the hearth. The lid closes with a soft click, and with it, the room seems to exhale. You feel it too, that deep letting go, final breath before surrender, like the hush of a manor in the deep cradle of night. The noblewoman rises. Her slippers make no sound against the floor. Light, slow, far from the rush of day. You are drifting deeper, ever deeper, toward the place where dreams are born. The place where silence speaks in starlight and peace is stitched in silver. She turns and looks to the great tapestry hung above the fire. It glows now in the low light, winking with the stars she stitched long ago. With one slow breath, she draws a blanket of her own silk up over her shoulders. And now her hands gently reach to the side of the hearth, where a little brass bell rests on a wooden shelf. She lifts it ever so slowly and lets it ring once. The sound is crystalline, clear, and soft. It ripples through the manor like a shimmer of silver water. The bell says, "The day is done. Let us rest." And now your body feels heavier. In the best of ways. Your legs warm and soft, your arms loose as thread, your eyelids thick with dreams. The noblewoman sets the bell down and begins to light a single candle from the last glowing ember. The flame flickers, casting golden glints on her face. She walks to a far alcove, bare stone walls, a simple wooden cot draped in linen. She places the candle nearby and lowers herself onto the bed. She lies down on her side. Her braid spills over her pillow. And then, just before her eyes close fully, she whispers, "All rest is sacred. All sleep is safe." And the flame flickers lower and lower. And now, the room is dark. Dark and warm and safe. Let that darkness wrap around you now. Like her silk. Like her breath. You are still here. But your thoughts are floating now. Let the story continue inside your heart now. Let sleep come stitch by sighing. Stitch 1, 2, 3. You are safe. You are still. You are home. Let's float even further now. Deeper into stillness. The manor, now cloaked in silence, breathes in slow rhythm with the night. A hush has settled over every timber, every tile. The walls hold warmth like old bones cradling embers. You can feel that warmth wrap around you, tender and unspoken. It tucks in your shoulders, smooths your brow, eases the last echoes of the day. Outside, the stars have moved slightly in the sky, turning ever so gently in their velvet cradle. Their silver glow filters through the windows, casting faint patterns on the floor's stripes of light, soft as silk ribbons. Its wings unfold in silence. It lifts into the air like a breath taken in moonlight. The noblewoman lies still beneath her silk shawl, her breath like a slow tide on the shore of sleep. Her face holds a peace beyond language, like she has become the moon itself. You can feel that movement in your chest along, slow inhalation. Even now it continues to glow faintly. Because in this world, things made with intention carry their own light. The owl sails across the sky, following trails that only the stars remember, a guardian of the sleeping manor. These are the paths your thoughts may walk in dreams. Somewhere in the trees beyond the garden wall, an owl stirs. You are floating now with it, with your heart, with the deepest part of your breath. Drifting above the garden, above the still pond where a single lily bloom has just begun to open, touched by silver dew. The petals move slowly, sleepily, like fingers stretching toward dreams. The moonlight rests there, just for a moment, caught in that bloom, fragile and complete. And you are there too, watching from a place between breath and starlight. Back in the manor, time has softened. Clocks have hushed. Candles have burned to quiet puddles of wax. You are not the first to rest here, to drift between worlds while the stars whisper. You are part of that tapestry now woven between threads of silence and time. With hope, the silk she spun that night rests folded near her heart, and the light within that thread, it hums softly now. A lullaby in a tongue older than words. You can almost hear it. The field is vast, filled with blooming silver flowers, their petals as translucent as mist. She walks barefoot through the soft grasses, each step soundless. In her hands is a new length of silk this time, wider, flowing behind her like a river. Wherever it passes, the blooms hum gently and fold close, tucking in for their own night of dreams. You are safe. You are held. You may let go. You listen to those words not with your ears, but with your body. Let yourself respond not with thought, but with trust. Yes, You are safe. You are held. A final gust of wind trails behind it, brushing against the shutters with the softest sigh. You may let go. The walls of the manor remember generations of sleep. And the manor dreams beneath stars, beneath clouds, beneath time itself. And the noblewoman, though asleep, reaches into dreams and begins to weave once more. This time, not with her spindle, not with her needle, but with memory. You see her walking gently across a dream field now. As she moves, the silk brushes against the flowers. She is weaving peace, weaving quiet. And every time her silk touches the air, another weight lifts from your body, another thought releases, another breath deepens. Now feel your fingers loosen, feel your jaw relax, let your spine melt into your bed or pillow, one vertebra at a time. You are floating in the space she's woven, just like the silk she spun, weightless, unbound. Inhale slowly. Let the air reach every soft corner inside you, and exhale. Let everything else fall away. The garden has stilled completely now. Not a leaf stirs. Even the pond holds its breath. Somewhere the owl returns to its perch. The noblewoman's candle is burned low. Her dreams reach toward yours, and you are drifting. Thread by thread, stitch by breath, woven now into a deeper sleep. There is no more to do. No place to be, no thought to hold. Only this stillness. Only this night. Only this sleep. Let yourself go fully now. Sink. Soften. Be gathered in. She has spun the dream. She has lit the stars. She has held the silence. Now, you may rest. Let's return one last time, drifting now into the deepest part of the dream, where silence is velvet and your thoughts dissolve like dew beneath the morning sun. In the manor, all is utterly still. Even the air seems to hum with slumber. Time itself is curled up beside the hearth, resting in the folds of that finished silk. There is nothing left to turn. No spindle spinning, no shuttle weaving, only rest. Deep and complete. But you, dear listener, you are gently falling through the dream she spun for you. The noblewoman has woven more than cloth tonight. She has spun a path, and you are walking it.
Step by soft step.
You find yourself moving through a hallway of stars. The floor beneath your feet glows faintly, like moonlight on frost. Walls on either side shimmer with silk tapestries, one alive with memory, with stories stitched in silver. Some bare scenes from lands you've never seen, mountaintops under midnight skies, quiet oceans lit only by constellations. Sleeping animals curled in nests of leaves, strangely seem to hold memories of your own. The outline of a path you once walked, hand in hand with someone you loved. A window you once stared from in the earliest blue light of dawn. A blanket you wrapped around your shoulders on a winter morning, frayed, but still warm. All there. It's all remembered. The thread has kept it. Continue down this hallway of dreams, your steps growing lighter. You pass beneath a great arch woven from strands of moonlight. Above it, the air carries the faint scent of jasmine again, and something else. Rain, perhaps? The promise of rain is cool, clean, renewing. As you step through the arch, the path opens into a garden, unlike any before. It is a place of impossible stillness where every petal breathes in sync with your own lungs. The flowers here are not of the waking world. They bloom in soft tones of light, blush blue, dusky violet, gold like candle flame. And hanging above them, draped between branches like spider silk, are threads, hundreds of them shimmering gently in the air. Threads of every color the eye can imagine, and many it cannot. These are the threads of all dreams ever spun, the ones that healed hearts, the ones that whispered guidance, the ones that simply soothed, night after night. The noblewoman is here too, though she does not speak. She stands beneath an old silver tree, its bark smooth as silk, its leaves fluttering without wind, a gesture of welcome, of trust. And from her palm, she lifts a single glowing thread. It pulses once, twice in rhythm with your heartbeat. She holds it out to you, not to take, but simply to see. This thread is yours, spun from your breaths, from your quiet tears, from your gentlest wishes whispered into the dark. It is not finished. It never will be. You will return to it each night, whether you remember or not. It will wait in this dream garden until you do. She nods again, and you understand. Now slowly, the garden begins to soften. The colors grow fainter, like early dawn creeping through closed lids. The silver tree fades into mist. The noblewoman steps back into the weave. The thread folds into itself like a petal, resting. You drift, carried back down the path. Past the tapestries, which now feel like whispers. Past the owl, still watching, still silent. Back into the manor, where the hearth has gone dark, but the warmth remains. Back into your body, soft and weightless. Back into this bed, this breath, this beautiful slow stillness. And now, you let go of the story. You let go of the world. You sleep. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are spun from starlight, woven from peace. You are safe. Sleep deeper now. Deeper still. To the place where even dreams rest. There are no more words. Only breath. Only stillness. Only night. The end of the story. Sleep well.